Welcome back to Lesson 6 of the Before You Build It mini course. In the last session, we talked about the bid trap. We talked about why contractor bids can be all over the place and why you are not always comparing contractors. A lot of times, you are comparing different interpretations of the same unclear project. Now, in this lesson, we're going to talk about what comes next. How do you choose the right contractor? And I want to start with this. The best contractor is not always the cheapest contractor. Now, I understand why owners focus on price. Construction is expensive. Nobody wants to overpay. Nobody wants to feel like they are being taken advantage of. And when you have one contractor saying $220,000 and another saying $320,000, it is natural to look at the lower number and think, maybe this is the better option. But price is only one part of the decision. The real question is, which contractor gives you the clearest path to the project you actually want to build? That is a different question, and it will lead you to a better decision. Let me be clear, price matters. You should care about the budget, you should compare numbers, and understanding whether a contractor's price is fair. You should protect your money, but choosing a contractor based only on the lowest number can be dangerous. Because if the low bid is missing scope, using low allowances, ignoring risks, or providing weak supervision, it may not stay low for long. The project may become more expensive through change orders, delays, corrections, or stress. On the other hand, the highest bid is not automatically the best either. A higher price does not always mean better quality. So the goal is not to choose the cheapest, and it's not to choose the most expensive. The goal is to choose the contractor who best fits for your project, your expectations, your budget, your communication needs, and your risk level. Not every good contractor is the right contractor for every project. This is important. A contractor may be excellent at one type of work and not ideal for another. For example, a contractor who is great at small cosmetic remodels may not be the right fit for a complex addition. A contractor who builds custom homes may not be efficient for a small rental ADU. A contractor who does investor flips may not be the best fit for a high-end luxury remodel. A contractor who moves fast may not be the best fit for a highly detailed design-driven project. A contractor who does large projects may not be interested in smaller scopes. So before choosing a contractor, ask, has this contractor done projects similar to mine? Do they understand this type of property? Do they understand the local area? Do they understand the level of finish I expect or my budget goals? Do they understand the level of communication I need? The right contractor is not just qualified generally. They are qualified for your project specifically. When you evaluate a contractor, do not just ask, how long have you been in business? That matters, but it is not enough. Ask about relevant experience. If you are building an ADU, ask about ADUs. If you are doing a major remodel, ask about major remodels. If you are doing an addition, ask about additions. If you are rebuilding after damage, ask about rebuilds. If you are improving an investment property, ask about similar investment scopes. Because each project type has different risks. An ADU may involve utility questions, parking, privacy, city requirements, and rental functionality. A major remodel may involve hidden conditions, temporary living challenges, finish decisions, and structural changes. An addition may involve tying new construction into existing construction. A custom home may involve design coordination, higher expectations, and long timelines. A commercial project may involve business operations, accessibility, inspections, and customer impact. Relevant experience helps the contractor anticipate problems earlier, and anticipation is valuable. A lot of owners underestimate communication. They focus on technical ability, and yes, technical ability matters, but communication can make or break the owner experience. Because during construction, you will need updates. You will need answers, explanations, you will need decisions documented, and change orders clarified. You will need schedule changes communicated, and you will need someone who can explain what is happening in the way you understand. So during the bidding phase, pay close attention. Does the contractor communicate clearly? Do they answer questions directly? Do they follow up? Do they put things in writing? Do they explain assumptions? Do they seem organized? Do they make you feel informed or pressured? The way someone communicates before you hire them is usually a preview of how they may communicate after the contract is signed. If communication is already difficult before money changes hands, be careful. Personality matters. You want to work with someone you trust. You want to feel comfortable with the contractor and feel respected. But personality is not the same as process. A contractor can be friendly and still be disorganized. They can still be confident and lack systems. They can be likable and still communicate poorly during pressure. So ask about process. How do they start a project? Schedule trades, manage subcontractors. How do they handle change orders, communicate updates, or track decisions? How do they manage punch list items? How do they handle problems? How do they protect the budget? Good contractors should be able to explain their process clearly. If the process is vague, the project may feel vague later. A contractor may be talented and still not have capacity for your project. This is something owners often forget. A contractor who is too busy may start strong and then disappear between phases. They may have crews stretched across too many jobs and have limited supervision. They may win the job, but not have the resources to execute it well. So ask, how many projects are you currently managing? Who will supervise my project? How often will they be on site? When can you realistically start? Once you start, will you stay active on the project? What could delay your start? Who handles scheduling? Capacity matters because construction is not just about skill, it is about execution. A contractor needs the right people available at the right time. Before hiring a contractor, make sure you understand who will actually supervise the project. Sometimes the person who sells the job is not the person who runs the job. That is not automatically bad, but you need to know who your day-to-day contact will be. Ask, who will be on site? How often? Who manages subcontractors? Who answers owner questions? Who approves work? Who handles schedule updates? Who handles quality control? Who handles change orders? This matters because the quality of supervision affects communication, schedule, workmanship, and problem solving. A strong contractor should be able to clearly explain how the project will be managed. You should also look at references and past work, but do not only ask for general references, ask for similar projects. If you are building an ADU, ask for ADU examples. If you are doing a major remodel, ask for major remodel examples. If you are doing a higher end project, ask for similar finish levels. And when you speak to references, ask about the experience, not just the finished project. Ask, did the contractor communicate well? Did the project stay close to budget? Were there change orders? How were problems handled? Did the schedule make sense? Was the job site organized? Was the quality what you expected? Would you hire them again? What do you wish you had known before starting? Those answers can tell you a lot. Before hiring a contractor, verify the basics: license, insurance, workers' compensation, if applicable, business information, references, contract structure. Do not skip this because someone seems nice, and do not skip this because they were referred to you by someone you trust. A referral is helpful, but verification is still your responsibility. This is not about being suspicious. It is about being responsible. You're making a major financial decision. Protect it. There are certain red flags you should pay attention to. For example, a contractor who gives a firm price without enough information. A contractor who avoids written detail or pressures you to start quickly. A contractor who dismisses permits casually. A contractor who cannot explain exclusions or avoids questions. A contractor who does not have a clear change order process, communicates poorly during bidding, makes everything sound too easy, or a contractor who seems offended when you ask for clarity. None of these things automatically mean someone is bad, but they do mean you should slow down, because early warning signs usually do not improve once the project gets harder. When you are choosing a contractor, pay attention to how you feel after conversations. Do you feel more informed or more confused? Do you understand the proposal better, or are you left with vague promises? Do they explain risk clearly or avoid talking about them? Do they help you understand options or pressure you into a decision? A good contractor should create clarity. They may not have every answer immediately, but they should help you understand what is known, what is unknown, what needs to be decided, and what could affect the project. That kind of communication builds trust. The main takeaway from this lesson is this: the best contractor is not always the cheapest. The best contractor is the contractor who best fits your project, communicates clearly, understands the scope, has relevant experience, has capacity, explains risk honestly, and gives you the clearest path to the result you actually want. Price matters, but clarity, process, trust, and fit matter as well. Do not choose only based on one number. Choose based on the full picture. Before moving to the next lesson, I want you to score any contractor you are considering from 1 to 5. In these categories: relevant experience, proposal clarity, communication, process, schedule realism, capacity, supervision, references, license and insurance confidence, overall trust and fit. Then ask yourself, am I choosing this contractor because they are the clearest fit for my project, or because the price feels comfortable? That distinction matters. In the next lesson, we're going to talk about contracts, and specifically why you should never sign a construction contract you do not fully understand. Because once you sign, the agreement becomes the foundation for how the project will be handled. I'll see you in lesson 7.